Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Brown Girls Are Beautiful. I am your melanated queen, and I wanted to address you all today to just send a specific message. I want you all to remain steadfast. What do I mean by that? So as you know, the George Floyd ceremony took place yesterday, and I don't want to harp on that too much because we know that the world is full of many different obstacles, so many more atrocities than the one that was basically pushed into the forefront in the media for a specific agenda. But I do want to let you know that they are heavily attacking you mentally. It's called mental manipulation, you all. So I just took a few brief notes here and I jotted it down. What I've noticed is that this is an egregious tactical strategy to mentally manipulate your minds. What am I talking about? I am speaking specifically about the Black Lives Matter movement and the Black Lives Matter agenda. Now, many of you may say, wait a minute, I'm looking at the person on the screen and she's a melanated individual. How could she speak negatively about such a movement? And that is because the person behind that movement that heavily funds that agenda is named George Soros. So anytime an agenda is heavily pushed by someone who is not an ally to you, you may ask yourself, why are they pushing that agenda? Okay, so I want everybody to be very well abreast and keep focus here that a lot of things are taking place right now. The universe, the energy, the vibes, the vibration around the world is shifting, and this is what all of this was meant to do. Melanated people, I need you to listen up. You're heavily under attack and you're heavily being scrutinized right now. You're being watched. They need your energy. This world could not make it without melanated people. And I'm just being honest. Without your energy, this world would die. And I mean that literally. Let's see here. Going to see if I can look up a little bit of information on who George Soros is. And I think I did speak about this on prior videos. But like I said, I want everybody to be extremely just considerate when they're looking at the media. Take all things into consideration. Don't just take it from what I'm telling you, from what anyone else is telling you. Do your own research, make your own discernment, be able to decipher information for yourselves, and just go within, think and meditate, contemplate, you all. Don't just hop on the first agenda that's placed in front of your face, that's pushed in front of the media, that you see on social media, because I've been noticing within this past week, that's what's been going on. It's not your fault. Some of you don't know any better. And so this is why I'm making these videos, because we need to counteract the strategies that they're using. And they're basically they're going in heavy, hard, and strong with this agenda, you all. The Black Lives Matter movement. I would say for people, if you're going to support something that you know was founded by people who have your better interests at hand. Not someone that is an investor, because that's who he is. He's an investor. So I would think to myself, why would this individual that is not of melanated descent invest into a movement or a cause for Black Lives Matter? That is the first question I would ask myself, okay? And they're, once again, if you Google him, they are doing a lot of debunking, you all, on the internet. It says Sid Miller falsely says George Soros orchestrated the George Floyd protests. Now, why is it? Then this is by the Texas Tribune. Why is it that they're doing all of this? They're taking all of these this time to actually combat the fact that he has been orchestrating protests. You heard it come straight from the protesters' mouth on the video that I posted a few days ago. Okay, so who's the liar here? The orchestrated media that we know has been infiltrated by CIA? Okay, or the protester who blatantly sat there or stood there and told you he's being funded by George Soros and he was getting big checks to do it. He said he got rich off of it. And then on top of that, he said it's a pyramid scheme where if he actually calls upon other people to participate, then the checks get bigger. Okay, so like I said, NBC News says the right is trying to link George Soros and George Floyd protests. Don't let it. This was just posted literally 38 minutes ago, you all. And if you think I'm making this up, I don't know if the camera will zoom in on it. Here it goes. Okay, and here's one for 3 days ago. The Times of Israel: rising conspiracy theory claims George Soros behind the U.S. unrest, ADL says. Why is so much energy and effort put into combating the fact that George Soros, who let me remind you, is a billionaire, okay, a multi-billionaire? Why are they heavily trying to orchestrate this nonsense in the media? And for anyone that wants to know how much money he has $8.3 billion. His citizenship, he has dual citizenship, you all, United States and Hungary. Okay. He is 89 years of age, born on August 12, 1930, from what is listed here. He has several children: Alexandra Soros, Andrea Soros, Jonathan Soros, Gregory Soros, and Robert Soros. So be on the lookout for his children. Because, you know, people like this, their agenda does not just die with them. For this man to have been around this many years, walking this earth almost a century, trust and believe that he has actually passed these agendas down to his children and their offspring as well. So with anyone with that last name, you might want to look out for them. Okay. It says that he has actually spent over $32 billion to, it says, philanthropic agency, but really what they mean is he has spent $32 billion to agendas, okay, that have been orchestrated by the government. And I did go over this, you know, like I said a few videos ago. I don't think we're going to get a whole lot of facts from the internet because we know how Google and a lot of these major mainstream media websites play games. They scrub the internet. And when I say they scrub the internet, let me give you an example. So many of you all may or may not be aware of Queen Elizabeth. Well, a few years ago, something very troubling and very unbelievable came out about her. Okay, now I'm this type of person. If someone tells me that something happened in their lifetime, or they witnessed something, they heard something, they saw something, they experienced something, I'm not going to be the first to tell them, I don't believe you, that didn't happen, that's impossible, you don't know what you're talking about. How you know? Because this is the thing, this is the problem with people. Let me let you know that anything in this universe is possible, first of all. So I don't know who died and made you God and made you the omniscient, omknowing, okay, the omnipotent. But unless you have created this universe by yourself and you can create every single living being and creature here on this earth, you have no place to tell somebody that what they witnessed, what they heard, what they experienced, what they felt could not be true. It's impossible. It's unreal. Okay, because you don't even know your own reality when it's staring you in your face. So with that being said, there was a situation. And if you go on Twitter, you might still be able to find a glimpse of this, but they scrubbed the internet on Twitter. They scrubbed the entire internet for the Queen, okay? And a lot of celebrities get the internet scrubbed. So it's hard to pull information. But there was something saying that she had transformed, okay? And when I say transformed, I want people to look into shapeshifters and what that means. I want you to look into draconians and dragons. I want you to look into how people are able to take shape of another entity. And yes, it sounds crazy. You might think it's strange. Oh, that's not possible. And see, and there you go. That's the problem with people, because you wouldn't recognize, you're one of those people who wouldn't recognize the devil if it was staring you in your face, because you think he's supposed to come with a fork and a tail, a pitchfork, and pointy ears, and he's supposed to be all red with fire raging from around his aura. You don't know what a demonic entity or spirit is because you don't know how to read people's vibrations and their auras and to pay attention to energy. You don't understand that we're all connected to the universe. You don't understand that you're made of elements of the universe, elements of what's out there in what they like to call space, elements that are found within this earth. You don't understand that you have gold running through your body. You don't understand the fact that you have copper in your body. You don't understand that you are highly connected to this universe. And so anything, like I said, is possible. When they say you're made in the image of your creator, you don't understand that they are talking about you. But you'll understand when the likes of a George Soros implements Black Lives Matter. You'll understand that. You know why? Because that's something tangible. You see that right in front of your face. You don't understand that the vision, the tell-lie vision, tells you lies. You don't understand that. You don't know how to go deep within and listen to your own discernment, because that has been turned completely off for you. They have trained you not to think for yourselves. They have trained you not to be in touch with yourselves. They have trained you not to be in touch with your creators. They have trained you not to be in touch with the universe. They have trained you not to be in touch with your ancestors. They have trained you to turn away from your family history, family tree, family lineage, and everything else that runs through your divinity, your divine being, DNA and your veins. They have turned you off to yourselves. And so what do? You turn on to them and to everyone else that's outside of yourselves. So this is why we have to combat the madness, because you don't know how to walk in your divinity. You don't know how to walk in your power. You don't even know how to speak for yourselves. You have George Soros speaking for a cause that he is not living. How in the world can he orchestrate a protest for something that he is so disconnected from? Just think about that. What is the agenda? And that's what people need to ask themselves. Don't always push something and you don't know the history behind it, you all, because that, again, I'm going to say that is very detrimental to your being, that is detrimental to the cause, and that is detrimental to the true movement. Okay? So everybody needs to tune the freak out and tap in. I mean, tap all the way in if you're going to tap. Because now what I'm finding out is that not only is Black Lives Matter infiltrating, protest movements, but they're infiltrating, you all, every organization that you can think of. And they're doing a very heavy agenda. So this is actually going all the way, like I said, we're receiving emails from people at work, are getting emails talking about, oh, would you like to talk about your feelings? There's a lot going on out here with racism. We want to talk to the Black people, the African Americans. We want to talk to our melanated associates and employees. Where was all of this concern when African Americans or melanated people, or whatever you would like to call us? Where was all this concern when we walk into a job and we're discriminated against, when we have multiple degrees, we have all this experience and we don't get the position, and they give it to someone who don't even have a degree, but they have the right skin complexion? Where was the concern then? Where was the concern when you get on a job and you make less than your counterparts with more experience, with better experience, with more qualifications, with better qualifications, with more criteria, with better criteria, with better work ethic, with more work ethic, with more degrees, with a whole lot of things that you come with? You are so divinely talented. And so you do not need someone else to tell you what your divinity is and where your divinity lies. I just want to let you all know that. And now it is coming to a time where people are trying to speak out. But what are you speaking out for if you are still speaking behind someone else's agenda? You have not started your own movement. When does that start? When do you stop allowing people to infiltrate your system and your objective, what you're trying to get done? When do you stop that? When do you not realize that if you don't stick together and you don't unify, you're going to fall? When does anybody get that through their head? The nonsense and the games that are being played among us needs to really be looked upon. People really need to go deep within themselves and figure things out, because we cannot keep jumping on a train every time it comes and everybody wants to be on the ride. You will get lost into oblivion, down a road of oblivion. Where did the marches, for Million Man marches, where did that leave us? Where did Martin Luther King and the marches leave us? Every time someone wanted to march, Al Sharpton just told you he wants to march. George Soros and Black Lives Matter, that's what they've been doing, marching. And for how long have they been marching? And what has that accomplished, you all? So like I said, they are sending emails out in certain companies and organizations to their associates and to the employees. And if you think I'm making it up, there's let me see if I can pull this up because I received a text. They are infiltrating, you all, virtual reality with this movement. And let me see if I can show you. This actually came up on an Xbox video game. Hold on. You think I'm joking because people don't like to believe stuff. So hold on. Let me get my other phone. Let me get my other phone. Okay, I just had to slide over and grab it for a second. Just a second, you all. Let me pull this up for those of you who do not understand how serious and how deep this goes. Who in the world does this? So someone pulled up a game. They were about to play the Xbox. Guess what comes up? Black Lives Matter. So you mean you had to actually go in and update a video game? And it says, let me see here. Our community is hurting. Ooh, we're so involved here. It's in it. And what does it say across the screen, you all? Tell me what that says. Do you see where it says Black Lives Matter? Again, George Soros, who's a billionaire who can infiltrate systems. You are actually, this is a message of the day coming up here. And it says, Black Lives Matter on here twice. Our community is hurting. The systematic inequalities of our community experiences are once again center stage. Where did Black Lives Matter get the funding to infiltrate an Xbox video game, to update a video game this fast? Not only once, not twice, but 3 times this message showed up on the Xbox video screen. All right, and then it says, Call of Duty and Infinity Ward stand for equality and inclusion. We stand against the racism and injustice our Black community endures. Until change happens and Black Lives Matter, we will never truly be the community we strive to be. You can put all these words in a screen. You can type up any email you want to draft. Nothing's changing until someone takes immediate action to stop the nonsense, okay? So I see past the smoke screens and mirrors, and to keep pushing this narrative in our face, like I said, is a disgrace, and it is an insult to melanated beings all across this globe. And I'm not sitting up here partaking in this nonsense, and neither should you. I just wanted to leave you with that message, you all, because we're not standing for the nonsense. You're not going to sit up here and infiltrate the community and lead us down to oblivion again. We're not going anywhere. Where did we learn the lesson with Martin Luther King? When did we learn the message in the lesson with Million Man Marches that went nowhere? People are still out here getting discriminated against on jobs. People are still out here getting harassed by the police. People are out here really, truly getting hurt, shot, and killed by the police for no reason. What about that lady in Texas, again, sleeping in her bed, who got rattled with bullet holes? Where is the injustice for that? And don't give me Black Lives Matter, because just shouting and saying Black Lives Matter and holding up a sign does not do the trick. You can be in the comfort of your own home, asleep in your bed, and get infiltrated by bullets, and it's okay. And you want to talk about Black Lives Matter. Really, do they? Because if they mattered, we would be doing more than just posting and talking about Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Stop with all the chatter, okay? It's nonsense. And you all, somebody needs to take action. We don't need somebody pushing leaders in front of our faces. We are supposed to be being our own leaders, okay? Be the leader of yourself. Nobody is my leader, okay? I look to people for inspiration, but you'll never be my leader, because you know what that means? I see that you are above me. What does the word tell you about idolization? Okay, I know the Bible has also been tainted, but still, we need to understand that a lot of things that we feed our energy into is being used against us, you all, and so is Black Lives Matter. So that is the message of the day. That is what I want to leave you with. I'm going to get out of here. I have to do some studying, and I have a lot to do, you all. I will be speaking with you again. I am going to close out with a German phrase. So let's see here. If I want to ask someone to come here, I would say, kommst du hier? Okay? Kommst du hier? Okay? And that's just asking someone that says, come you here? Come here. Okay? Very quick, very short, very sweet, you all. Auf Wiedersehen, basically goodbye. Tschüss, informal way of saying bye. And I'm, of course, going to close it out with shout out to all my melanated queens, all my melanated beauties. I can't wait till I get my new shirts out there for you all. I have stretch pants coming as well. I got the F Yo Feeling shirts, the t-shirts for the kings out there. They've been asking me for those. We got the F Yo Feeling hoodies. We got the melanated queen tank tops. We have the sun-kissed tank tops. We have a few different things coming, and I'm going to continue to push the movement, you all. If you want to hit me up, I'm on 7th Wonder. That's the number 7, THWONDAR. I am the 7th wonder of this world. I was born in the 7th month, you all. So that is how I came up with that name. But anyway, like I said, all my melanated queens, stay the ladies that you are. Allow these kings to stand up, be men, and protect you. You should not be having to be out on the forefront fighting. You should not be in a king's place. You should be in a queen's place. And guess what? The king's supposed to be protecting the queen, and not the other way around all of the time. I'm getting tired of the nonsense out here. I want real men to stand up. I like men who are warriors. That is attractive. If you are not a stand-up type of dude and you're a beta, sit down and just play your position. Think. Use your thinking skills, okay? And let these real warriors, these real alpha males stand up for the cause for these women out here. Everybody, continue to educate your children. I know that they would have still been in school by now, most of them, but continue to keep them abreast with the knowledge. Continue to keep that knowledge flowing and fluid within the community, and do your due diligence to research. And don't let these people trick you. Don't let them play with your mind. Your mind is under attack, and so that is the message I wanted to leave you with today. Don't allow it. Don't allow the tactics that they're using to win, the strategies that they have. Don't fall for it. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. And shout out to all my melanated warriors out there, all my melanated beauties and queens. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, everybody, stay abundantly blessed, stay well, stay healthy, and stay armed with knowledge, you all. Armed with knowledge. Shout out to Sarah Sutansetti. I watch him a lot, and he has me laughing, you all. He's so funny. But anyway, I'm going to leave you. So goodbye until next time.